Among many new implementations into Disney that are going to be put forward by Disney CEO Bob Iger over the course of the next 2 years is streamlining and cutting back content on all fronts. This includes cutting back Marvel Studios content, which I think we can all say it's about time because there's been too much. Something we know as a fact is that Disney is going to be putting out less content over the course of the next couple of years for multiple reasons. Again, one is Bob Iger coming in and trying to streamline things and again, push more profits and rid the wrongs that Bob Chapek did. But also, along with that, is something that not many people are talking about when it comes to what they're doing, which is obviously staring you right there in the face, but a lot of people don't want to talk about it because of the narrative it forms to suit, well, the narrative they want to push. And that's that Disney is falling apart with the amount of content and all that. Now, again, I've criticized the amount of Marvel content because I think there's been a little too much. But if you just take a look at it, you know that in the last year and a half, we've had so much content because we went a year without content. There was the pandemic year where there was almost nothing. Everything was pushed back. So then the output of more content than ever before literally spiked and skyrocketed. And if you look at the amount of content that Disney has been producing over the course of the last couple of years, and you take into consideration 2020 and the early part of 2021, and then what happens? If you were to spread it out, it all balances out. Now, a lot of people have been saying it's a good thing that there will be less Marvel content because they hate a lot of Marvel content now because it's oversaturating it, but they're quickly forgetting something I'm going to toss up on the screen right now. Remember all this in a span of just a couple of years? Yeah, we've always had a lot of Marvel content. If you were to include how many cartoons we used to have back in the day, it's literally more than we're seeing right now. The only difference is, right now, it's majority MCU, so people are pointing it out. Anyways, though, what we're seeing is that over the next couple years, Bob Iger wants less content, which honestly kind of makes a lot of sense. Now, let's just look at it. 2023, we only have 3 films coming out, so that's kind of back to form. You have Ant-Man, Guardians, and the Marvels. TV series, though, that's a whole other ballgame. Secret Invasion, Echo, Loki, Ironheart, and X-Men 97. 2024, though, we are going to 4 films. Captain America, Thunderbolts, Blade, and Deadpool, and TV shows are going Agatha, Daredevil, Zombies, Freshman Year. Now, do you guys see what I'm saying in regards to same amount of content? If you can forget the fact, and I don't see why you wouldn't, because as I mentioned before, we had tons of Marvel TV content before and animation, that Freshman Year and Zombies as cartoons, there's only 2 known TV series in 2024. Agatha and Born Again. So again, there's still spaces to fill out, which we know they will be doing. There's Wonder Man. There's Vision Quest. I think what people are conflating here is the fact that Bob Iger is in and they're cutting across the board. But they're cutting because they're also amplifying productions elsewhere. Look at their Hulu output. Remember when they acquired Fox and every single grifter had you convinced the end of Fox is here? No more Predator, no more Alien, Disney gonna wokeify it. They screamed that from the top of the rooftops about Predator and Prey until they saw Prey, and then some had to double down because they were wrong. The fact of the matter is, we're gonna get the same amount of content, it's just gonna be spread out just a little bit more because there is a necessary slowdown to content because of the 1.5 missing years. So all they're doing is going back to how it was before the pandemic. And if you look at the papers, if you look at the output on Hulu, Disney, and ABC, you're going to see that's the same amount of projects, if not slightly more. But again, people like to forget that Hulu exists for some reason and that that's Fox and Disney working hand in hand. Weird.